Okay, hi there, everybody. Time to meet for me to comment on your comments. I've got a ton of comments today. Okay, so I believe we start with Ziba Amandad, who says thank you for Bamboozle. My pleasure. And Ziba, beautiful examples. Glad you like them, Ziba. And Vic VG, margin. Unfortunately, people are often marginalised for the clothes they wear, mainly if they're poor and live in certain areas, such as shanty towns or favelas. Yeah, I've read that in Brazil people are very often marginalised just because they live in the favelas. And Mohammed, great to see you. So, obliquely, subtly, vicariously, representatively. Okay, so oblique, yeah? Not direct. And Mark Datch Halter. Thank you for your videos. They help me a lot to improve my English. Much love from Germany. Thanks for watching, Mark. And Live. Hi there, Live. In this year's Miss I Swear English beauty contest, it was clear that Miss Count Beauty would be the winner, proceeding with her cogent response to the identical on-stage question that all the contestants were asked. Okay, good. So, good use of cogent. I love it. Very cogent sentence. Well done, Live. Okay, and Alan Perdue. I don't know, Purdue, I would probably say. Thank you very much for this lesson. It was my pleasure. Lewis McElroy. Hi, Lewis. Great to see you. I hope my vision dream when I had COVID doesn't come true. They were lined up and had missiles on the back. So, whistleblowers. I hope the vision I had in my dream when I had COVID doesn't come true. There were people lined up and had missiles on their backs. Okay, thank you, Lewis. And VG, cheers for helping me. It's my pleasure, VG. And Obnoxious, great short lesson from Mohammed. Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir, for it. Okay, I would probably say, yeah, thanks, sir, for it. Yeah, it works like that. Thank you, Mohammed. It's noxious and obnoxious. Very good. Noxious. Bad smelling, poisonous, bad for you. Noxious gases. VG. When I was at school, if you wrote on a book, you would get in terrible trouble. You'd probably get beaten for writings in the margin of the books of a book. That sounds really scary. Things weren't as easy as they are nowadays. Yeah, punishment was a lot more serious in the past. And if I look back a generation, it was even worse. Yeah? So, things have changed for the better. So, Marek Bakani Maguyin. And says, nice explanation. Thank you, Marvik. Great to have you. Incumbent, the incumbent president. To vouchsafe a verb. Give, hand, bear, deign, afford, award, vouchsafe, permit, allow, legalise, endorse, steamroller, sanction, condescend, vouchsafe. Okay, unfortunately I can't tell you from your Arabic because my Arabic is non-existent apart from mashallah or inshallah. Monkin, yeah, أشوف a room monkin, may I, can I? That's about it. My Arabic's non-existent. So, VG, I'm glad that has changed. People thought that it was time to put an end to the military dictatorship so that we could live our lives freely with our own opinions. In my opinion, Brazil started being a cool country in the 2010s because the majority of people became more understanding and welcoming, and that is getting better and better over the years. I can't wait to see what this country will be like in the upcoming years. The whole of South America, the whole of Latin America, VG, in 20 to 50 years is going to be a force to be reckoned with, as will be India as well. Yeah, I'm certain both of these countries have massive futures. Okay, so VG says thanks. And Sherwin, hi Sherwin. Hearing trickling drops of rain helped me to marginalize this chaotic world. It saddens me how others feel cacophonous to such resonating sound. That's a really nice one, Sherwin. That's really good. So, good English. I really like what you've written, Sherwin. Well done. And VG. Yes, Brazilian Portuguese is more similar to Old Portuguese. We still use many words that haven't been used in Portugal for centuries. But sometimes you can find words that are still used in Portugal that sound very old and aren't understandable here. That happens with language. I've noticed in Latin America, that very often ustedes or doctor, these are very old-fashioned ways of talking to someone, which in Spain is much less common. So, thank you for your interest and kindness. My pleasure, Mohammed Omar. And VG, thanks for answering my question. That's really kind of you, VG. I'm sorry I haven't had time to listen to any of these today, Mohammed, but I will listen later. It's been a busy morning. And I've got a million comments here. Okay, VG, marvellous explanation, thanks. You see, I did explain it. Okay, to call. That was all that explanation about call. VG, thanks. My pleasure. And music from Mohammed, thank you. And VG, how could you read that name in Arabic? Have you studied it? No, not at all. Quite a while ago, I said, please tell me, what do I call you? Because I can't read Arabic. And she wrote to me and said, call me Katya. So that's how I know. It's like there's another one. There's a guy who comes to the live streams, Shanku. And Shanku's name, I think, is written in Hindi. But I've got a note here that shape is Shanku. And there's another one in Korean, although that she hasn't been in the stream for a time. I think called Maria. Yeah? So thank you, Mohammed, and thank you again. I will listen. And VG, well, people who are in control of some countries don't want people to learn and use philosophy because they want their people to be dumb so that they can continue having control over them. My teacher told me that the more we don't learn, the more we let them control us. In my opinion, the solution to this world is education and philosophy. Yeah? If people learn philosophy to think for themselves, then we will have a wonderful world. Thank you, Mohammed Omar, and thank you, and thank you. BG, by the way, chips in Australia, New Zealand and South Africa refer to both potato crisps and chips fries. If the context is not clear enough, some of them may say hot chips for fries, chips. Yes. Okay, that's good. I agree with you. In the UK, you might even find people referring to chips as crisps. But most normally chips come from the chip shop. Best videos ever. I'm glad you like them, VG. And thank you, Mohammed. And thank you again. And this is Mohammed Albunaga. Our boss was a hot-headed person to bitch about something. Having a hot... So, get it... So, the phrase is to get hot under the collar. They get hot under the collar. Someone who usually bitches about senseless things. Skulmishly. Skulmishly. I'm going to have to look that word up. Okay, thank you, Mohammed. And Mohammed Omar. The Arabic language, which has more than 25 dialects, is the easiest language to write, but the most difficult to pronounce. So I adore your beautiful pronunciation of the English language, and I feel that you sing like an Egyptian. sir. Sing like an Egyptian, one of the Egyptian peoples. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you very much indeed. And more music and more music and more music. I will listen later, as I said. Juan Palacios. Hi, Juan. Great to have you. Can I say this? I inadvertently shake my leg. I guess you could. You're talking about when your leg bounces up and down. I would probably use the word unconsciously. Yeah, inadvertently means you do it by accident, but you didn't mean to do it, but you do it. I would say unconsciously. S-C-I-O-U-S-L-Y. I would say unconsciously. And let's continue. More music from Mohammed. Thank you. I will listen. I've got a great set for today. And VG, 1 year later, I watched this stream that day. So the 7th of April 2022. Okay, that's brilliant. So thank you, VG. And another one for me to listen to. Thanks, Mohammed. And 1 year in 2 weeks. Okay, I've done a lot of streams. And then 2 years tomorrow. Wow. Well, 2 years for you today, since you're already in the 8th of March. Yes, very definitely. At that time, very definitely. Okay, thank you, Mohammed. Thank you, and thank you. And Jerem, Marginalia. Notes in the margin of a page. I love that word. Yeah, marginalia. That's brilliant. Yeah, you buying second-hand books, sometimes they can have very interesting marginalia. I love that word. That's really good. Okay, and more music from Mohammed. Ho-ha or hoo-ha? You see, I would give it a double O to make it who. So Messi. Hi, Messi. No one uses hoo-ha today, unless they say, she showed me her hoo-ha. Okay, that's quite funny. Okay, it might be a bit old-fashioned, which is another good reason not to choose it, because it's not the right answer. And thank you, Mohammed. Okay, I've got a good playlist for today. And Mohammed Albunaga, fungible. Heard it somewhere equals mundane, and the other words give the meaning of being ordinary. Maybe to me, fungible means it's not physical. It's intangible. Yeah. Okay. Respect. So thank you, Mohammed. That's me with my lovely Lizzie helping me. And thank you, Mohammed, and again and again. Mr. Raman, it's great to see you. Please provide PDF of your vocabulary. How many hours do you think it might take me to write a PDF of my vocabulary? It's about 8,500 words, at probably an average of 2 words per video. That would be 16,000 words. We're getting on to about maybe 30 pages of text. I'm sorry. Yeah, maybe I'll stop making videos for 6 months and do it. No, I'm going to continue making videos. So, thank you, Mohammed Omar and Mohammed Albunaga. Mediocre, mundane, bland, good synonyms. And thank you for 2 more, Mohammed. And Mohammed Albunaga, heard it used referring to the idea of raking one's mind to come up with some results. Okay, yeah, you rake your mind. I'm raking my mind to see if I can remember this. Whereas to rattle off, to give statistics or numbers or information, because you know it by heart. And thank you, Mohammed. Okay, and an 85-year-old song composed by the greatest Egyptian and Arab composer. composer, Mohammed Abel Wahab, and talks about a train or the train. I shall definitely listen to this one. Thank you for all of these. Wow, I've got a huge playlist for today. So 3:48 a.m. Patricia, my God, you're having problems sleeping. I understand this one totally. Yeah, insomnia is a very unpleasant thing. So, and Mohammed, thank you, and Patricia. So to get behind, yes, you clearly you didn't sleep much last night. I hope you get the time for a good siesta. Okay, yeah, normally when I'm like this, Pete, I normally listen to an audio book and then I just stop worrying about it, because if it happens, it happens, and that's the thing. Okay, so let's see. 404 a priori, yes, okay, beforehand, and Sairaj, hi Sairaj, a vestige. So, best teacher ever. Vestige, remnants, fragments, traces. Good. We find colonial without thee, colonial general vestiges in Indian society without thee, even to this date. Yeah, for example, in many things, I think much of the administration still has colonial vestiges. Adjective of vestige is vestigial. Appendix is a vestigial organ. Good English. 406, wow, you had a hard night. And 409, well, at least you've got lots of things to listen to. Yeah, you've got lots of good words. Okay, thank you, Mohammed, for those two. And wow, you've got lots of you've listened to lots of videos last night. Well, it's a good solution because it keeps you occupied. Maybe you'll get so bored from me droning on and on. And the origin of this word is, and its formality is maybe, I hope. Okay, wow, you've watched a ton of videos. You watched a ton of videos last night. They're brilliant words as well. Okay, Mohammed Albunaga, tainted reputation, sullied reputation, and perhaps ruined gives the same meaning as well. Okay, and Mohammed Omar, more music, thank you. Static, hi Static, great to see you. I bought extra clothes on my expedition to Antarctica, lest I lose a few. Fictional sentence, of course. Great. I strongly recommend this word because particularly for essays, for exam essays, because it asks for a subjunctive. Yeah, lest I be late is a great formal sentence. Okay, lest I be found out. Yeah, lest this be done. Okay, more music. Thank you, Mohammed. 4:36. Good luck. I have a feeling you've been up most of the night. That's what happens to me. I sleep a little bit, and then I wake up, and I'm like a light bulb. I'll have the soup joke. You men are not nice to the ladies. Unfortunately, jokes can be very sexist. I apologise, Patricia. My bad. And Mohammed Omar, I wonder as an Egyptian how this beautiful Israeli singer pronounces Egyptian words with mastery, skill, ability, experience and feeling, like the Egyptians and more. Sometimes in life you find people whose first language is different from the language they speak. I mean, when I was an antique dealer, I used to have a friend who was Portuguese, but I didn't actually realise that he was Portuguese. I didn't realise that he wasn't English, because his English was perfect in pronunciation, but it turned out that he had left Portugal aged 16 because he'd been um, uh, conscripted into the Portuguese army to go and fight in Angola. So he left Portugal and went to the UK aged 16. And I met him at the age of about 40 when he'd been living in the UK for 24 years. He didn't speak or associate with Portuguese people. He had an English wife, his kids were English, and his English was absolutely perfect. So it can happen, but it's very unusual. Okay, the Englishman, the Scotsman, and the Irish one. Here. Okay, P. So good to see you. I didn't get this one, and I still haven't got the be up job either. I didn't get the minutiae of the jobs. Never mind, I've put my foot into it again. No, you ask and that's fine. This one's a pretty stupid joke. This one is just says that this is being racist against Irish people because in the UK they have a reputation for not being the sharpest knives in the drawer, and he imagines that by winding down the car window, he's going to get a nice cool breeze through it. But clearly it's not the case because it's not attached to the car. Also, you probably find it's just for you. It's just not funny. I find many Spanish jokes. I understand the idea of the joke, but I don't find them funny. Okay, and this is Mohammed Omar. I wonder how an Israeli singer can speak the Egyptian dialect without a single mistake in any letter, with a sincere feeling, like you. Great artist. Thank you, Mohammed. Vaseline joke. I don't like this one because it's too sticky. Okay, that's good in itself. I can't get this one either. There are a lot of jokes I don't understand, irrespective of the language. But that's the point. Very often jokes are to do with culture, and what one group of people find funny, another group of people don't find funny. The worst is I don't find them funny even after you've been given an explanation. That's the point. Yeah? Humour and jokes, it has a very strong cultural element. Yeah? And yes, for example, many puns and things like that. Are they funny? Well, probably to English people, but yeah, it just doesn't. They're not things that your language or your culture laugh about. So I wouldn't worry about it, Patricia. Let's see. I've lived in Spain for 25 years, maybe more, and I only find about 25% of Spanish jokes funny. The other 75%, they're just not funny. I understand what they're trying to do, but they're not funny. So, hi there, Douglas Russ. Great to have you watching. And, I didn't get this one too. Isn't it pawnbroker? Exactly. Yeah, but prawn as in shellfish. Yeah, and that's the point with these. So this is a kid's pun, a prawn broker, very definitely, as opposed to a pawnbroker, and it's making the two words sound similar. Okay, there's a friend of mine who's always sending me jokes. I never understand them. Now I don't read them because it stresses me excessively, like when you have to do a boring job you hate, so you just blot it out. So I just blot it out of my mind. Otherwise you feel stupid, or people will feel that you don't want to laugh. Boff boff. Don't feel bad about it, P. Really. Let's see, if you are brought up within the society, I think humour is something that comes into our concepts at a very early age. Okay, so Sairaj. Hi, Sairaj. Tout is to praise highly or to brag publicly. Yes, those are two very good synonyms for different meanings. I love it. And mannequin. I saw a crazy man maundering. My 1-year-old cousin, you've done it again, maunders. Third person S. Yeah, or maundered in the past. Johnny continued to maunder about what he wants out of life. Good. Okay, Patricia, 5:47. You're getting to a more reasonable time. The sun's coming up soon. This is very tiring. Shouldn't there be a comma after head? Yes, there should, for it to be more plausible, comprehensible. It becomes impossible to grasp the subtleties of the expression. The lady will never want to service a man, all because of an error in punctuation. N'est-ce pas? Yes, that's the idea exactly. So, you understand it, but you don't find it funny. I laughed about this one spontaneously. It was a very strange situation. Two people were sitting behind me speaking in German, and suddenly the punchline of a joke. Okay, so cynicism, self-interest. Okay, Mohammed Musa. Yeah, if you're cynical about things. Yeah, well, you always think the worst of people. Okay, Giliola. Oh yes, today is Women's Day. Yes, thank you for reminding me. So best wishes to all women who follow this channel, and above all to remember that there are many marginalised, badly treated, mortified and humiliated, you need the noun, women after it. Thanks. And Nitu says loved it. Happy Women's Day. So the same to I should wish you all the same as well. Happy Women's Day to all of the women in all of the world. Okay, Akshat, hello, and AA, hello everyone. Hi AA, have a good day. And Akshat says hi. So Patricia, hi P. They were stunned when they received the bad news, and as a result they had a lousy day. Good English. And Akshat, the child sluiced down the laptop with water, only to get an earful from his dad. Poof, yes, because if he sluices it, that's far too much water. Just a damp cloth. Great example, Akshat says AAA. Akshat says thanks. An earful of is a really good... It's a really good to get an earful from somebody. I got an earful from my dad. Yeah, a telling off, a scolding. It's an informal phrase, Manji, but it's a brilliant one. Yeah, if you do that and get caught, you're going to get an earful. Yeah, you're going to get an earful from the boss. Yeah, I'm going to get an earful of complaints about this. Okay, PC gaming. Okay, so yes, it's still recording. That's good. PC gaming. Hi, PC. Don't depreciate learning English. It's certainly useful in future. Fuel vehicles are depreciating day by day, decreasing in price, as everyone is moving towards electric. If you derogate school rules, you will be punished. These are great examples. Well done, PC Gaming. Count Beauty. Hi, Count. There was a trickle of water on the heated towel rails in the bathroom. A simple ratcheting up did not help. I like that, to ratchet too. We called a plumber and he fixed the leakage. Yes, good. I might say the leak, but leakage is also perfectly valid. Well done, Count Beauty. Stay safe, my friend. Manny Braha. Hi, Manny. Apparently, to conduct also means to transfer the water in through the channel. Yes, to conduct. Yeah, to conduct electricity. He conducted the tourists through the marketplace. Yeah. And Count. Hi, Count. I guess leaving a margin on a piece of paper is a waste of space. We have to be eco-friendly and exploit everything sufficiently. Yes, that's good. Yeah, we need to exploit it as much as we can. PC Gaming, the smile on mother's face at seeing her child. The smile on a mother's face at seeing her child. That manifests how much she loves the child. The smile on a mother's face at seeing her child manifests how much she loves the child. Good, PC, well done. Okay, Patricia. Stun. Her mother had always told her she was stupid and ugly. So great was her surprise then when a man told her she was a stunner, that she was breathtakingly beautiful. All their arguments to convince her of the veracity of their statements never carried weight with her. If her mother had found her ugly, she was certainly right, and in that case the boys were wrong. Though why would they all lie to her was beyond her ken. I like that phrase, beyond her ken. Unless, of course, her mother was right when she said men could not be trusted. She hated her mother and would never look at herself in the mirror. Yes, but when you have an abusive mother, it makes you think all sorts of bad things about yourself that may or may not be true, but you need to decide, not someone else. Can scar you for life. Thank you, P. Good English. Nurses who sluice down the waste from bedpans should be deprived of a sense of smell to do it safely. Very definitely. Okay, in this case, I might use sluice out, but you could use sluice down. It's just, I was thinking with sluice down, maybe they drink it down. He sluiced down his whiskey, but also sluice down to clean with lots of water also works very well, Count. Thank you. And Narashima Rao. Super explanation. Thank you, sir. So nice of you. That's lovely. And Nitu. Hi Nitu, great to have you. Before evening prayer, she sluiced herself performing ritual ablutions. I love the word ablutions. In Guru Dawara's devotee, in Guru Dawaras, okay, you need a capital letter. Devotees sluice down the Langar hall, dining hall, before and after the Langar. Free food is served. I love this. Thank you for giving me all these interesting words. I will try and remember some of these. That's interesting. Good English, Nitu. Thank you. And Ramkumar Marian. Thanks for clearing that up. Pleasure. Thanks for watching. And the deep and tranquil voice of the monk enthralled the disciples enormously, so much so that they felt all their sins and wrongdoings were being sluiced out, leaving their souls purified and atoned. Wow! That's really nice, Manji. Good English, Manji. Well done. AAA says, well done, Manjira. Such a sophisticated piece of writing. Great job. And Manji says, thank you, dear friend. And AA says, you're welcome. Okay, Akshat. It shows your sheer obliviousness to her if you judge her by an incident, despite the fact she has chipped in a lot to the contribution of the society. I would say she's chipped in a lot of contributions to the society. She's chipped in a lot to contribute to the society. She's chipped in a lot contributing to society. It's just the way this holds together. Okay, thank you, Akshat. Patricia, 8:26 a.m. It was unbearably hot and torrid. The tourists and inhabitants sluiced themselves in the fountains of the city. Good English. The sluice gates of revolt, of desire. Ooh, I love that. Yeah, the sluice gates that hold back the torrent of water. And Patricia, good morning, Sir Alex Henry. Great to have you, P. Thank you. And AAA. Swatting up on phrasal verbs, I was so hungry I could eat a horse. So I went to the kitchen and had a hamburger. Then I sluiced it down with a cup of coffee to recharge my batteries. Good English, AAA. And Manji says, bravo. AAA says, thank you, very much, Manjira. Have a great day. Definitely happy Women's Day, Manji. And Patricia, the sluice gates of revolt were wide open, and this gave rise to the revolution, where Louis and his queen had their royal heads severed on the exact spot which is now known as La Place de la Concorde, which she would, can I say, traverse, yes, rather than cross, in her forays to the Louvre, while traipsing through the arcades nearby. They're very beautiful arcades. Blissfully oblivious to the bloody vibes the vast cobble square exuded. My God, that's a really good piece of writing. I really like this one. Very literary, very good indeed. And AAA says, excellent, Patricia. You always give such eloquent examples. I can only dream of such proficiency. You seem pretty proficient to me as well, AA. You write pretty well. Okay, me too. If you ever feel marginalised or ill-treated by your society or by any entity, don't hesitate to talk about it. Look for a helping hand who can rescue you from the torment and help you to mitigate the offence by some margin. Yes, good English, need to. Okay. Okay, so Aaron Ramesh. Okay, this is today's quiz. Yeah, Mondegreens, because I believe the others are. So, Artaxias was an Armenian king. I think there was also an Iberian king with that name. A zephyr is a gentle wind. Redomancies is reciprocation of affection, is the opposite of unrequited love. And querencia, for me, at least from Spain, the querencia is where the bull in the bull ring takes its stand, where it stands and is ready to attack from. It's the place where the bull starts. I can imagine Hemingway using this word. And messy. Gee, I need to look up the dictionary for these words. I need to look up in the dictionary for these words. Yes, I've made today's really complicated. Either you know the answer or you don't. Okay, and Maria Mikkonen. Hi, Maria. Inundate, flood. We used to sluice logs by water on the lakes and rivers. Yes, to sluice, to carry them along. Very good, Maria. Thank you. And AAA, the correct answer is Mondegreens. Absolutely. Okay, describing people. This is a sketch which bears the name of the model, which is in her possession and which hangs in her salon on the wall with the fireplace. On the wall with the fireplace. The drawing is nude. The model is lying on what appears to be a bed or a divan. Her right elbow buried in a large fluffy pillow. Her head resting on her right hand. The fingers are lost in the model's dark, luscious hair, as if trying to support the weight of her head and directing her nonchalant gaze into outer space far beyond the artist. The expression and features are almost angelic, childlike, unworldly, and of pure and perfect symmetry. The mouth always appears full and red, though it is a graphite sketch, and slightly moist. I think you're missing an eye. The lips parted as in a child's surprised and cherubic face. Some of the model's acquaintances and buddies still call her poupée, doll. The artist has chosen not to depict her feet in the drawing, not because they are not lovely, but for purely aesthetic purposes. Her left leg is placed slightly over her right, and as you cannot see her feet, you might think her legs were bound at the ankles, perhaps with a rope or silken cords. With an eye. The thighs and hips are statuesque, the hips wide, fertile and generous. The thighs alabaster or soft marble columns, strong under the vault of her hips. Only the left breast of the model is visible, an orb of round perfection, a two-dimensional globe to the left of her arm, placed lightly over her small waist, her tapering fingers like a fan in motion, separating her torso in two. That's a brilliant piece of writing. There are no mistakes. A couple of typographical errors where you've hit the wrong key. That's a really good piece of writing. Yeah? You write this in your CPE exam, you're going to get a 10. You're going to get full marks. That's a really good piece. Thank you, Patricia. Well done. Congrats. Sairaj. Sairaj. Yeah. Her house is redolent of spices as they make them at home. My kitchen is redolent of Indian spices. Woo. Sounds like a wonderful place. Good use of redolent. And Katya. Nice explanation. I'm glad you liked it. Thanks. And not a clue, but I'm one of those. Okay, the answer is Mondegreen, JJ. I'll link the video later. Mondegreen, hi Alex, this was fun. I'm sinking down the drain. Oh, some of these Mondegreens are really, really funny. Yeah? You have to... Well, I will link this video to the question later. Okay, Pranjit. Hi, Pranjit. Great to have you. Thank you for watching. The lovers sat giggling while swinging their legs on the serene waters of a lake that mirrored an idyllic view of a fulgent moon seeping out its silvery light through the clouds. I love this. This is really good, Pranjit. Well done. No mistakes. I love it. Here. Mondegreen, so this is P again. Oh my god, apart from Zephyr, I don't know the others. Sir Alexander Charles Henry wants to drive us bonkers. This one, I decided to look for some words that even native speakers don't know. Yeah, Zephyr, yes, Zephyr's acceptable. Querencia or querencia is a word that comes directly from Spanish. This redomancy is actually quite a nice word. It's the requiting of love. And the Artaxias, this is the name of a king, an ancient Armenian king. And number 5, if number 5 is Mondegreens, it's right. I think I put Mondegreens at number 5, but I can't remember. I think so. Well done, Dommy. Or was it number 1? I think it was number 1. I can't remember. I'll check later. So, MG, dear sir, could you explain in what way we can use a phrase not half as? Okay, so it means that something else is much more intense. So from here to London is not half as far as from here to Mongolia. This question is not half as difficult as the previous one. Yeah, it's saying it's much less than. Yeah, so this isn't half as difficult. This isn't half as expensive as that restaurant. It's saying this one, it might be expensive, but it's much cheaper than that one. Okay, so we're using this as a comparison. Yeah, this is less intense than that. So I guess COVID is not half as deadly as cholera, for example. Thank you, MG. Patricia, thou art the best teacher after my favourite school teacher. If this book be mine, then it is also thine, then it also be thine. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more breezy and more passionate. I love it. That's very good, P. Thank you. It's funny as well. I like that. Okay, 1125, awful, horrible. Okay, one of these multi-meaning ones. And Patricia, I feel absolutely dreadful every other day because of some dire or damnable thing I might have done. Ha! Yes, always second guessing yourself. What did I do wrong? But maybe it's not you that's wrong. The thing that's wrong is questioning yourself. You're a good person, and therefore the worst you could have done is make an honest mistake, and therefore it's not dire or damnable at all. Yeah? Okay, so let's just refresh this. I'm sure there have been quite a few in the time I've been bleating on about what your comments. So let's hear. Wow, yes, we've got a ton of them. We go down to, we were with Patricia, weren't we? Wow. Okay, engine. I try to get credence among my peers to my theories, but at the moment not much luck. Okay, good English. I like that. Get credence, to gain credence. Very good. And VG says, thanks, sir. My pleasure. Don't sluice down my ideas with your meaningless words. I love it, engine. Yeah, don't wash them away. The sluice got flooded during the hard rain. Good English, VG. By that day, the sluice gate will have already got repaired to prevent flooding. Good. His task was to sluice the ship's decks. Good English. Frank. Okay. And cronies. Ooh, let's see. Like Ukraine's President Zelensky and his cabinet, America's cronies, and we can all call them arse lickers, who were dealing with the big Satan America, who was being paid hundreds of millions to allow the United States under NATO to put nuclear missiles on Ukraine's border aimed at Russia that can reach Moscow in minutes and extinguish them, where the Russians would even get a chance to get their underwear, not underwears, their underwear uncountable, on. This is why Putin went after these cronies and why he is busting the Ukraine up into pieces for threatening Russia's existence, which could have put the entire world in jeopardy if its final end, in jeopardy of its final end. The Ukrainian people are paying the price for supporting this crony and his cronies. Well, that's your opinion, Frank. I think it would be better without the capital letters shouting, and I'm not going to delete it, but because you are free to say what you think. Okay, and Victor Gabriel. Don't worry, all this water will be flowing into a sluice in the backyard. That's good English. Is the water in that sluiceway safe? I love it. VG, after the pipes burst, a lot of water sluiced out of them. Good. MP, wonder if Joseph Conrad ever used this expression in his books. I think it's very possible he did. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'll have to look it up. Very possible. Victor Gabriel. DAE workers have been trying to sluice a great amount of water out of the river Batala at an accelerated pace in anticipation of a heavy downpour that has been forecast in April. Otherwise, half the city may flood. Very good indeed. I'm not sure DAE. Distrito, I don't know. Okay, I had to sluice out my garage to remove the bad smell of petrol. Yes, the problem is water's not a very good sluice agent for petrol because it doesn't mix. VG, I took advantage of the heavy rain to sluice down the driveway. Perfect. I can hear the water in the drain sluicing down the laundry room drain. Good English. So I think I've probably got one or two more, but while I'm doing it, if you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon unless we have more comments, okay. I love phrasal verbs, that's good. Are sluice out and sluice down interchangeable? That's interesting. See the comment I made about about Count Beauty's comment. Let's see. Yes, they are, but be careful because sluice down can also have the meaning he sluiced down his drink, glug, 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 glug. Whereas sluice out is only to clean. Yeah, so I thought Count Beauty's comment about sluicing down the bedpans in hospitals, it made me laugh because maybe it's thinking about drinking them. And in that case, I think sluice out would be better. Yeah, so the sluice out and the sluice down meaning are identical, but be careful down because it can also have the idea of swig. And let's try one more refresh. And with a bit of luck, I hope this video saves. I'm a little worried about my computer. So, let's see. Well, thank you for bearing with me. Yes, that is it. So, bye for now.